fellow game masters. This week I did a first session for a new campaign. If you've ever done a game at all, you're gonna know the first sessions are the hardest to maintain focus and energy, because your group doesn't have any story momentum behind it. They probably don't even have any like hanging out momentum. It's maybe the first time they're hanging out in a while. And if you do your first sessions the way I do them, the way you're supposed to be doing them, it means your players are creating your characters tonight. But that puts everybody into this mindset of unbridled imagination. It's full of side conversations and pop culture references. Because your character is going to be a twist on this one character from this one show, and oh, I like that show. And pretty soon we're talking about animes and classic sci-fi. And keeping the session focused on its goals, whether that's character creation or whether you're deep in the campaign and you have story goals, is your job. So we can all have the gameplay experience that we've showed up to have. And for this very concern, the opening chapters of Fate RPG were conceived. Look at this, right here. If a role-playing game is group storytelling, sharing in one another's creativity, finding your place in it, and being inspired by everyone else at the table, then there's no reason to not be doing that from the very moment you're creating your characters. This is like if the setup for a very complex board game delivered the same kind of fun that the actual gameplay does. Fate characters are defined by an attribute called the high concept. Beyond abilities, beyond classes, this is who your character is. Reluctantly detective. War veteran with a checkered past. Wizard who adventures to get out of debt for the extravagant lifestyle of his 5 spoiled daughters. It's actually one of my players in this campaign. Fate doesn't even have classes, by the way. It's actually written to where storytelling takes the place of many of those kind of mechanics. You do not have to be a great storyteller to create a successful, robust Pathfinder game. You don't have to. You and your players do have to be good storytellers in order to do a successful Fate game. In that way, it's a little bit more challenging of a system. The system is set up in such a way that you could begin playing, you could begin making rolls, impacting the game world with what you want to do, in a realistic sense that has realistic limitations on you, with nothing else written on your character sheet but your high concept. And once you have that, the book actually takes you through the process of forming your party. Anybody have one of those PCs who didn't have a reason to be with the party? No more! Fate takes care of that first session, after everyone's gone around the table saying what their character's first adventure is. How did their adventuring career begin? Then someone else at the table has to say how their character became involved in that story. Each character's story is now linked to 2 other people. The one who said he was in my story, and the one who I said I was in his story. And then if you have more players, you do that again with the person that you're not connected to yet. Now you have a party. Doing your character creation this way accomplishes several things, puts everyone's mind into the same timeline of vague party idea to forming more details to now we know what the party is, and we formed it together in real time, gets the players in the mindset of telling a story together. It also makes sure that if in your first session you do nothing but character creation, as is always happened with my character creation sessions, if you get to nothing else tonight, you have still had fun. You have told a story together, which is why we were here. And it creates momentum for your first adventure together, because your characters have a past together. Your players already know who every other character at the table is, so you can commence adventuring the next time you meet. So that was my little review of Fate. Watch the buttons at the end for more videos about game mastering, about setting up a campaign. Be sure to subscribe to see new content every week. And until then, don't forget, you are the doorway to another world.